I converted this brand new 2019 Ram Promaster City cargo van into a camper van, or as I like to say, a bug-out van living in the Pacific Northwest, where I'm surrounded by volcanoes and tsunamis and earthquakes, and I never know when I'm going to have to leave in the middle of the night. It has windows all around. The side windows on the sliding doors are vented, so it adds more air at night. But it was clear glass, and it was so bright in there that I decided to tint them for more privacy. The vehicle is a keyless entry, cloth bucket seats, 16-inch wheels, a spare tire, and independent suspension. Up on the roof is a 190-watt solar panel which keeps the two AGM batteries charged up. The roof basket is used to handle your additional gear that you don't have room for within the van. I have a soft cargo bag I'm including with this that you'll strap down up in the van there. Weatherproof and very durable. The max fan is a 8-speed forward and reversible ceiling fan in the van. It opens to the rear like this, so the rain won't come in when you're traveling down the road, and it won't come in when you're camped. Just put the fan on exhaust to keep any splashback from the rain from coming in. So it's very nice, quiet. On the interior, I have painted cabinets and doors and a wood countertop. It's a stainless steel sink and a hand-operated pump water faucet. You have a spice rack up there. One of the meters is a amp meter, tells you what your batteries are doing and what's coming in from the solar panel. There's a control panel for the 1500-watt inverter. I have a thermometer in there, nice to know what the temperature is inside, and you got a couple of light switches for the LED lights in there, a couple over the sink, and the ones in the rest of the cabin have a dimmer on it to cool it down at night. And there's a couple of outlets that one is fed by the inverter, 120 volt, and the other one with which is a GFI brings power in from the outside. Say if you're camped at a campground and you have a power pedestal there, you'll just plug it in with an extension cord, which I'll show you later. There's also a propane alarm there next to the vent for the heater that you'll see. The faucet will plug into your water bottles under the sink. You just pick up a gallon at the grocery store or fill up an empty, put it back in there, put the dip tube back in there, strap it down, and you're all set. The sink will drain on the ground. I didn't see any reason to put a storage container for sink wastewater, as I would just wind up dumping it on the ground anyway. The countertop over the 2-burner propane stove lifts off, and you just set it off to the side, and this stove will run off the 5-gallon propane tank underneath. It just takes forever to use up 5 gallons of propane with this little stove. It works pretty well, and the cabinet is removable from the van, so you can cook outside if you like to. There's also a fire extinguisher under this cook cabinet that can come in handy, especially for the way that I cook. All the cabinets have soft close hinges with a 120-degree opening, and the drawer has a soft close also. The hinges will clip off easily, so you can remove a door if you need to get in easier doing maintenance, and they clip right back on. And the hooks in the back are for hanging your jackets, your hats, or your hiking poles. The bed platform is on hinges and will flip up out of the way for added storage beneath. It will also expand to enlarge the size of the bed for 2 people. You just turn the mattress sections 90 degrees and put the 3 mattress sections down, and it'll sleep 2 people comfortably. Under the platform is the 1500 watt diesel parking heater. This will easily heat this small van comfortably at night. It will run off a thermostat and just set it to what you need it to be. It's in metal shrouding, so if you have any flammable items next to it, you're not going to have a fire. There's also a second fuse panel under the bed that services this side of the camper. Here's a shot of the paneled ceiling showing the LED lighting and the underside of the ceiling fan. There's also a carbon monoxide and a combination smoke alarm up there. Here you will see that I have a CTEC, that's CTEC D250SE, and a CTEC bypass, which controls all of the voltage coming in and out of the van. That's solar, that's your van's battery in the engine compartment, and that is the 2 AGM 6 volts that I've got behind the inverter here. The 2 6 volts are connected in series, which will give you 12 volts DC and 220 amp hours. The 1500 watt inverter will make 120 volts AC to run your coffee pot or most anything. Everything is fused. I've got a work light under there if you have to do anything. If you're plugging in your campground AC, I've got a plug on the left rear corner plug entry that will activate the GFI outlet next to the sink. I'll show you further on in this video how to connect that. Here's the thermostat for the Chinese diesel heater. Some of it is in Chinese and it's in centigrade, so I'll give you a hint right now. If you want 72 degrees Fahrenheit, set the thermostat for 22 centigrade. Keeps the van really warm. It's quiet. It's wonderful on those cold nights. Also including a dash cam. It's kind of hardwired into the van, and I think it's important to record what happens on the road in front of you. It might get you out of a ticket, or certainly not be blamed for an accident. And that's the Rhino Rack soft bag that goes into the roof rack. That's included with this. There's floor coverings in the front. There's an unused container of snow chains, and I also have blackout curtains. You can cover the place up. It'll be as dark as night in there, guaranteed. Especially when you're stealth camping in some city. The engine is a 2.4 liter Tiger Shark 4-cylinder fuel-injected engine. Pulling a 9-speed front-wheel drive automatic transmission. So you hit about 80 miles an hour, you're up into the 9th gear, and the RPMs are really down. So your fuel mileage, I was getting about 25 miles per gallon rolling across Montana. So it's quite efficient. It's real money saving, and you know, you're traveling, so it's one big expense you're saving right there. Here's a recent shot of my dash showing the mileage, and in 15 months, 10,500 miles, that comes down to about 700 miles a month. Okay, some months were slow. There were some months in there that I put a lot of miles on in a short time. But overall, it's lots of tread on the tires. It's in top shape. It's the original window sticker showing the suggested retail. So pack your clothes, get your food and your bedding, some cooking gear. You don't need much else. This thing's ready to go. You can be out of town tonight. I can show you a Carfax, and you can contact me at sorrensen75@gmail.com. I'm in the Portland, Oregon area. Thanks for looking. I promise to do a better YouTube next time.